Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich Island. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So we are currently making our new constitution. Things are looking great for us. And it is currently about early 39. We're at 62% world tension. So there is the possibility for the war to start pretty soon. Depends on like what they do with like Avancourt or... I don't remember what it's called when France bombs Germany. There's a different village, but I think that happens a little bit less often. Now, before I get started, I do want to note that we're not actually in any faction quite yet, because we do need 50 political power to actually even join the Reichspact. Oh, wait. The Constitution has been finalized. The process of drafting the Constitution has come to an end, and all that is left is to put it to a referendum, which is almost certainly to pass given the desire for a new Ireland. Now that many of the diverse elements in the politics of the nation have been settled, true reconstruction and reconciliation can begin. So political power goes down by 0.1. 5% stability, 15% war support. We get a new event. We unlock federalization decisions. Okay, sounds good. Oh, that's already finished? Okay, 140 days. It passes a lot faster than you think. So, Constitution is down here. Repeal civil restrictions gives a little bit more support for our party. Defense of the Republic 1.5. You know what? Actually, that would be great for us because our manpower is pretty low. I mean, we're Ireland. We don't actually have that large of a population, surprisingly. So convene the Federal Assembly in Connacht, Leinster, Munster, and in Northern Ireland. Appeal to Loyalist, appeal to Nationalist. We need more political power, that is for sure. We're only getting 0.39, which is pretty bad, especially now with our new constitution. We're already losing another 0.1. It's great news. Okay, don't need this. I know we don't have any planes, and that sucks for us. How many artillery do we have? 592? Is that enough for us to throw that into this infantry just as like a support for now? Yes. What if we throw it into the army? 21 combat with... No. Okay, well, let's just have it as support for now. Throw in another infantry division. Make them 20 combat with. Seems good for the moment. Under the new constitution, the office of president is to be directly chosen by the electorate every 7 years. Any Irish citizen over 35 is eligible to be a candidate for the president, provided that they are nominated by enough members of the Dial or local authorities. In an effort to build support for a new constitution, all parties have agreed to jointly nominate a single candidate for the post, or going to election for the first holder of the new role. Such a move would require a particularly broadly acceptable candidate from all political perspectives, even more than what the usual incident runoff voting would entail. The role of the president is primarily ceremonial and non-political. As the head of state, the president acts as the first citizen representing the country abroad and hosting foreign dignitaries. However, the president also dissolves the Dial at the end of the term, and it appoints the TDs as government ministers on the recommendation of the Taoiseach. The role will be taken up by William O'Brien. The office of the president, all parties agree, should be filled by someone with considerable cultural insight, a representative of the views and values of the population as a whole, a person who has achieved significant accolades over their life, and has a personal experience to suit the role. Whoever is chosen is unlikely to decline the offer, so the only thing left to do is who to nominate. We have like so many people. Who are we going to nominate? Okay. Eric O'Malley, which is 7.5% political power. More stability, more political efficiency support. That sounds good. So everyone, no matter what, okay, everybody gets the popular figurehead. And they all do the same thing. Okay. War of Independence revolutionary and renowned author. The widow of the leader of the 1916 Rising and an icon of republicanism. Douglas Haig, acclaimed Irish language scholar and founder of the Gaelic League. Die-hard Republican and hero of the War of Independence. Or distinguished Anglo-Irish novelist, treaty negotiator, and naval advisor. Do they have any, cannot be dismissed when hired. So let's see. Aaron O'Malley. They're not actually listed here. Am I even supposed to be able to choose the second in command? But you know what? Let's do, let's have the president be a woman. We'll be extremely progressive here. Oh, actually, you take over. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. You actually become this icon because, yeah, you're technically the head of state. Okay. That's fine then. Congratulations. We're a very progressive country here in Ireland. Okay, war in China has begun. That is fine. And we have 25 days on you. Okay. We have no manpower. Again, our population is just so small. Which is why I'm very happy to get this 1.5% extra population. And that also gets bolstered up by an extra 0.2% due to renowned democratic program. Which is quite nice for us. Missing 9 steel. Let's trade a little bit more with the Germans. Because again, me and Germany, we're best friends. Like we're on the same side, right? But God, do I wish I had some more political power. I mean, I'd get some political power after the shared future, but that is still a little whiles away. The Nelson Pillar Debate. In the wake of Irish freedom, the Irish government and its people, breathing a sigh of relief after having achieved their long sought-after liberty, were not keen on rocking the boat, leaving much of the symbols and systems that had been inherited from the British Empire intact. For example, almost symbolically, rather than they design new post boxes to replace the iconic red ones associated with their conquerors, the government opted simply to paint them green. Among the most notable legacies of this is the Nelson's Pillar, a large column in the centre of O'Connell Street in Dublin, erected to honour British Admiral Horatio Nelson after the Battle of Trafalgar. Although considerably disliked from the day of its construction by nationalists, repeated efforts by Dublin Corporation to take it down were blunted by the fact that legal responsibility for the pillar has been vested in trust on terms obligating its maintenance, and as such, any attempt to remove it was dependent on parliamentary legislation to override it. Though prior post-independence administration did not authorize touching the pillar, citing monetary reasons, with the upheaval of the previous years seeing the rise of patriotic sentiment and calls for the rethinking of how the state is organized, Dublin City Council has voted once more for its removal, sparking a flurry of debate in the newspapers and in the Dáil. While some have protested the motion, regarding it as either a desecration of art or uninclusive of the Protestants of both the North and the South, others consider it shameful that the prominent landmark of the nation's capital should pay homage to its former masters, and a growing campaign advocates for replacing it with a statue of Wolfe Tone, father of Irish republicanism and an Anglican, to be religiously tolerant while promoting the legacy of an Irish hero over a British one. Ultimately, however, the decision on whether to give the corporation a go-ahead lies in O'Brien and his government. I mean, again, I would choose stability over, I mean, political power gain, I kind of need that. I mean, I need to get both of these down to 0. Sure, let's just take this one for now. And then we want to probably convene a federal assembly in Northern Ireland first. I think that just makes sense. It's the hotbed of much of our discontent right now. Azerbaijan declared war on Iran. Really? I will be honest, I don't think I've ever seen Azerbaijan join on the side of the Ottomans. Usually they join together with... I don't know, maybe they do. No, I'm thinking... Iran and Armenia normally align with each other. I am mistaken. I am mistaken on that one. I apologize to all the viewers out there for that one. My blunder. And again, you just give me political power. Or no, you give me party support. Which, I mean, does give us a little bit of stability. But it's like, does it do anything else? I mean, it's nice. I'm repealing civil restrictions. I mean, that's like a nice thing to do. But does it do anything else? I don't think so. This is more about the military. You know what? Let's go for the research slot. It's always nice to have. Hey, political power. Exactly what I was looking for. Okay. Give me the 5 political power. I think we've read that Independence Day event before. I think it's the same one that happens every year. There we go. So that's going to get us up to our 24. And how are all of our units doing? You guys are still... I mean, you're kind of doing okay, but you don't have Madrid, which is... Or not Madrid. Yeah, Madrid. You don't have Madrid, which is a pain. Still don't see anything happening on this front. And Greece is also, like, every battle we're kind of in right now is just stalemate city for the time being. I really wish we had Madrid, though. It would give our troops a give our allies here a nice little boost, which we are unfortunately sorely lacking. And we'll make sure you guys have a front line kind of like this. I do not want to get our units encircled for obvious reasons. The reasons are that my unit will die, just like you may have saw. Excellent. Thank you, Spain. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, well, there goes all of our hopes on the Kingdom of Spain. They're dead, I think, at this point. We tried our best. It wasn't enough. What the hell? With the Irish hod carrier Finnegan fell to an early death. The same sound can be heard in homes across the English-speaking world as copy as Finnegan's Wake fall from sleepy hands. After over a decade spent in exile in France, Irish author James Joyce has published his latest novel, Finnegan's Wake, by way of a small Parisian operation. It was printed in English, of course, as a novel is anything but translatable. While not widely available, copies of Finnegan's Wake have trickled on the bookshelves throughout the English-speaking world. Receptions thus far have been both mixed and lively. Critics decry the novel's lack of an overarching plot and seemingly randomness. To many lay readers, the novel is nigh unapproachable in its density. For its part, the Irish government has unsurprisingly remained mum on the release in light of the continued disfavor of the book's author. And though Irish people usually show an amount of pride in an unabashedly Irish choice, the popular reception of the book has been unexpectedly muted. Nonetheless, the high-profile release has stirred up some degree of popular feeling. Well, usually I wouldn't trade 5 political power for 1% stability, but unfortunately, I don't got a choice. And I still want this, so what do you do? Once Federal Assembly is founded in each province. Okay, so we need to... So yeah, this is going to be expensive then, because we need to get all of these done. Not just the one in Northern Ireland. That doesn't actually accomplish anything. Unfortunately for us. Yeah, we need all of them. Well, we'll worry about that at some point in the future. How is the Reichspakt actually looking right now? I mean, again, Estonia and Latvia, we know that they have joined up with the Russians. We have Sweden and Finland. Ottoman Empire is still very, very friendly. The Dutch being in the Internationale is a sore spot for sure. But it's also it could be worse, right? I know that's not really saying too much, but it could be worse. How expensive are you? 150. You know, let's go for an anti-air upgrade. And then when we get our extra research slot in 2 days, we'll use that to upgrade our artillery pieces. And boom, bada bing. And what do we want now? Because, again, this is for the 1941 election. Few years off until that's ready to go. Do I need more stuff for our army? Coastal fortifications. I mean, that would be nice. I think we can hold off a little bit longer. One off-map civilian factory. I mean, that does seem pretty good. Political power gain goes up. You allow us to get into... The timed bonuses are not that great. An extra research slot down here, though. No denying that. But you know what? Give me the one off-map civilian factory first. For our current civilian factories, I mean, we could just build... Yeah, this is for naval invasion. Okay, let's build, like, level 2s in all of our port provinces. I think that seems okay. For our coastal forts. The death of Eoin O'Duffy. All across Ireland, the news of Eoin O'Duffy, an IRA commander and war hero during the War of Independence, former Garda commissioner, and current leader of the far-right Antois Nuissa, has passed away in his sleep from an illness swiftly spread that like wildfire. The increase in his notorious drinking habits would be noted in his final years, leading many to suspect that his alcoholism played a key part in his failing health and ultimate passing. Whatever their opinion on the man, few could deny that he remained a lifelong Irish patriot who had fought for his country's freedom, and despite these differences with the government, he is granted a state funeral reflecting his service to the Republic, and with a requiem mass attended by the Taoiseach in his cabinet. With this, the AN's deputy leader, John O'Kelly, a devout Catholic, Gaelic revivalist, and veteran of the Irish politics, who has been around since Fane's founding in 1905, have taken the helm of the party, and expected to bring the less anti-democratic, but nonetheless staunch and conservative direction. With an increasing focus on traditional platforms, the win-back voters lost to the breakaway, this one. O'Kelly has died. John O'Kelly becomes leader of the authoritarian Democrats. Or not the authoritarian, the paternal autocrats. That is fine by me. We have extra military factories. Let's upgrade you to be level 2. And let's start... I didn't research the 1940 aircraft, did I? Oh, no. Okay, they're currently being researched. Good. Then for now, let's just throw one more factory into rifle production, at least until we have those better aircraft. We have too many trucks. So we want to start. I mean, I don't have the tanks either. I mean, we're researching them. We can probably stop truck production. We can start aircraft production again when both those are actually done being researched. Try to have things not be garbage. Okay. Deploy an extra unit. Sign you into Red Army. You guys do have a port, which is problematic for us. Because otherwise you guys wouldn't be getting supplies. Now, if you can hold on to Parmero, that'd be very, very nice. Because it will mean that you will not just capitulate way too early. Okay, let's get ourselves a Federal Assembly in Leicester. Seems good. King of Spain's dead as hell. Very, very sad to see. And in the car list... I can't imagine they can do, like, 5 to 35. I mean, they're maybe about the same. Almost. Across the sea in Central Europe, where the Celtic race is said to have its origins, the renowned Austrian linguist, Celto-linguist, and hybrinophile Julius Pochry recently published his latest book, addressing the prehistory of the Celts and the Illyrians. As the Irish were regaining their pride in the long-expressed language and culture during the Gaelic revival, the efforts of Celtologists, primarily German, such as Porkney and the deceased Kuna Meyer, in rediscovering old Irish literature and promoting its importance to European civilization, were brought beyond invaluable in this process, becoming another episode in the warm Teuto-Irish relationship. Irish contact with the Teutonic world goes back to an era where Ireland was acclaimed for its knowledge and Christian faith, where Irish monks founded monasteries throughout the modern-day Germany and Austria. In later centuries, as the British tightened their grip over the Isle, many Irishmen chose exile. And though the Irish played a part in the industrialization of the Ruhr, no German land would receive more immigrants than Austria, where the Irish established a majority presence in the country's military and politics, with over 100 Austrian generals, field marshals, or admirals at one point being Irish. Most famously, Maximilian O'Donnell would save Kaiser Franz Joseph's life from the Hungarian assassin in 1583. Although the distant decline as the power of Vienna made the inevitable, they were eclipsed by Berlin in the mind of the Common Gael, much closer, more capable guardian against the British, now that the prime destination of Irish immigrants to the continent. Plenty still hold dear to the Habsburg realms, whose dual monarchy once served as a model for Sinn Féin. While critics compare the Austrian Empire to the British, often contrast the benevolence of the Habsburgs towards their minorities to the brutality and repression of the English against the Irish people, and congratulate their recent constitutional reconfiguration as welcome news, which will promote stability in Europe. Well, I appreciate the 10 political power. Danube, how many troops do you guys have? 25 to 145? Decent numbers for sure. Do I want to send more troops? I think I have to recall... No, I can't. I guess I've already sent you air volunteers. I would have to wait until the Kingdom of Spain actually dies before I could possibly send more troops to Carlos, Spain. But do I want to? That's that's the $1 million question. Is do I want to do that? I don't think I do. I think we're kind of fine as is. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be very, very wrong. -1, -1. And we got about 2 weeks left on you. And you know, just before we actually end this episode, let's take a quick look around the world. Let's just kind of see how things are going right now. Ottoman Empire is... I think they're doing okay. I mean, they've lost Baghdad. They've lost a lot of Iraq. They might... Maybe they're actually doing pretty bad. Maybe I'm completely mistaken on that. Aside from that, India is still fairly stable. Vietnamese government has taken Beijing. We'll make the Japanese stronger. And of course, Japan is going to be hostile towards our positions in Southeast Asia as an ally of Germany, but really is not going to play a major role in that. I mean, hopefully we see the Russian state and Transamir go to war with each other to alleviate a little bit of pressure off of our Eastern European allies. Aside from that, Indonesia has gone socialist. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I don't actually believe... Oh, they can join the International. Okay, excellent. I knew there used to be a point where socialist Indonesia could make their own faction, but literally no one else was able to... I think maybe like socialist Malaysia was able to join, but like that basically couldn't happen. Australia is in the Entente. They've gone national populist. Argentina, I'm going to guess, is probably going to lose. I mean, they're not looking too hot right now. And aside from that, the American Union state also is looking very, very powerful. But the Canadians and the American Union state are probably going to end up at war with each other. I mean, they're already at war with each other, but tensions there could go much, much higher if the American Union state actually invades their way into Canada. Which we do not want, because, again, we want a strong Canada to be like a... To be an adversary to the British in the future. But for right now, I think it's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So if you enjoyed, thumbs up. Not enjoying, thumbs down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.